I called Kate and I couldn't believe it. She wanted to do it. She said, yeah.
Hello, Eli. How are you? My name
Good.
is Andrea from Cine Premier here in Mexico City. I really wanted to ask, it is based on a video game, right?
hmm
So, what was the biggest challenge you had while creating it?
Anytime you're adapting something, you're stepping into someone else's world. It's this fight where you want to faithfully adapt what people love about the game. But if you do that too much, you lose sight of what makes a great movie. If the game didn't exist, how could I just make a fantastic science fiction film out of these characters? Because I want people to go see it and have a great time, even if they've never played the game. But you want the gamers to go, oh, they got that right. They did that, and really enjoy the world of it. So what was cool was the game creator, Randy Pitchford, was with me every step of the way. And he really gave me the leeway to go crazy with it.
Having that freedom, it's really cool as a creator, I assume. So, are you a fan of the games? Were you a fan of the games before you adapted this?
Yeah, I was a fan of the games, but even more than that, I love science fiction movies. Like I grew up on Escape from New York, Mad Max, Road Warrior, Star Wars. I love Fifth Element. I love like totally batshit crazy fun science fiction that I felt like there were so many elements of that in Borderlands that it really is very much it's with Borderlands' game is very much influenced by the same movies that I love that made me want to be a director. But yeah, I was a fan of the games. But even more than that, just I've always wanted to do a sci-fi movie. And it felt like a great way to do it.
That is really cool. I actually love sci fi. And I really wanted to ask because this is an adaptation, and when you adapt something like comics, video games, books, there's always something that you might need to change, or it might not be like the same, like every little detail of the game might not
hmm
be in the movie. So, what would you say to those people who always get mad because you changed something in the adaptation, or because left some things out, or you had to, for the sake of the story, what would you say to those people?
Well, every movie is always going to have people fighting about it no matter what you do. So I think that if you're going to make a change, it has to be for a smart reason. So someone might not like the change, but if they understand why I did it, then they go, okay, I might not agree with that, but I can see why it made sense for them. And then other people who would watch the movie go, oh, that was actually a really, really smart way to do it. So if you make the characters exactly as they are in the game, they're video game characters in a movie, but they need to be movie characters, especially when you have Kate Blanchett, Ariana Greenblatt, Jamie Lee Curtis, Kevin Hart. Like these fantastic actors are going to need, other layers and other sides to the character that you might not see in the game. People get mad at me no matter what I do, but I think the gamers, the hardcore gamers, there's so much that is beautifully rendered. I mean, we had the art department from Dune, so we could really, really recreate
That's really cool.
all these little details from the game. Fans of the game, we had a bunch of gamers come over and cosplayers that were extras in the movie, and they couldn't believe it. They were like, this is like walking around physically being in Moxie's bar, going through the streets. This is like being in the game.
And now that you were mentioning previously the cast, the awesome cast that you have, so I wanted to know a little bit more about the casting process. What was it like for you? Did you know that you wanted these actors on the movie, or were you open to just see who fits the role?
Well, I read it, and I just made The House with the Clock in Its Walls with Kate Blanchett and Jack Black. So obviously, I thought of Kate for Lilith and Jack for Claptrap, and I called Kate, and I couldn't believe it. She wanted to do it. She said, "Yeah." I said, I know everyone loves you with a conductor stick. I want to see you with a flamethrower." And she said, "Yeah, I want to do it." And once you have Jack and Kate, everybody wants to be part of it. Jamie Lee Curtis, we knew she was perfect for Tannis, and she's like, "You had me at Kate Blanchett." They didn't know each other, they never worked together, but obviously huge admirers of each other. And when you have actors of that caliber, as the director, you just set up the cameras and step out of the way. Ariana Greenblatt came in and just completely blew us away with her audition. Edgar Ramirez came in to play the bad guy, Atlas. So it was really fun.
It was really cool to hear you speak right now. You sound like you have so much passion for this movie specifically. If you could travel to a desert island, if you had to travel to a desert island with one of the characters of this movie, who would you pick and why?
Oh my gosh. Claptrap is so annoying, and Krieg just does crazy things. Lilith is a pissed off bounty hunter. Probably Tannis, because it's Jamie Lee Curtis and I love her, but Tannis is the scientist and she looks at things objectively. And if you're going to a desert island, you want to figure things out. If you're with Tiny Tina, she's funny, but she's just going to blow things up. But if you're with Tannis, she's the only one that could probably get you off the island.
And as a director, what's the first thing you do when you come to a project like this? What's the first thing you do? You start looking for the cast, you write the script, or what do you do?
Yeah, well, I had the script and I knew that I wanted to kind of rewrite it and adapt it and add my things to it. But when I read the script, I'm watching the movie in my head and then I just let it sit with me. And if it just feels instinctually right, I just start writing down my ideas. And then I just go in and I go, look, guys, I don't know if I'm the right person for this job, but this is what I would do with the movie. This is why I think I can make the best Borderlands movie, something totally out there. And you just go for it. And then I told them all my different ideas and they loved it. And they said, yeah, this guy gets the movie.